perception of the masculine is what is blocking your blessing. Watch this video. Aloha, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marsha. I'm an alignment coach, a realtor, and a feng shui consultant, as well as a Reiki master here on the beautiful island of Maui. And for those that have been following me, thank you so much for your support over the years. And I do promise that I am going to show up more on my channel and share more juicy tidbits, as you know that I do. So I was doing a session with a client of mine, and I recognized something that I was just like, this has been staring in my face all this time, and I am just shocked that I did not recognize this, that this did not come into my awareness as yet. And what that means, if you click on the video and you heard what I said, that your perception of the masculine is what is blocking your blessing. All right, so here's how I'm going to break it down for you. My experience of the masculine, the male energy, I'm comfortable with men. I am so comfortable with men because I have learned a few things about men which, in my opinion, men are so easy to understand. And from my experience with men, once you set your boundary, it's like it's easy to be amongst them. And I feel like that comfort level came about for me because I had upbringing with a good father, a good role model father, as well as brothers and cousins, male cousins, and also male friendships that I developed when I was growing up. And so I recognized that the reason why I am comfortable with men is because I am comfortable with my father. So my parents have been married for over going on 50 years, right? And I am a daddy's girl. Like, my love for my dad is just amazing. And one of the things that I respect about my father was that my father showed me aspects of men that they were not perfect. And I felt like as women, in my opinion, we get brainwashed with the fairy tale that a prince is going to ride in and rescue us and it all will be well. And so we're sold this, you watch these Hollywood movies, this fairy tale that, you know, there's a perfect man out there who will know what you need, who can read your mind and provide everything that you need, and that it would just be easy and you live happily ever after. And we are not exposed to the man that has anger issues, or the man who doesn't know how to speak freely his emotion or express his emotion. We're not exposed to the man who is silent, but because he's silent, he's judged as not a speaker when he has the softest heart. But because of how we're programmed as women, most of us, we think, oh, he's too quiet. You will hear, I hear stuff that, be careful of a quiet man because he's the most dangerous. And, you know, there's some truth to that. But there is also a lot of misrepresentation. So I was finding it hard to understand when I moved to this country and in this culture of why does it seem to be so much conflict between the male and the female energy here, and how can that be solved? And that was how I came to the revelation. And as I started to test this out and have more deep conversations with my clients and other females, I was able to come to the conclusion that the perception of the masculine is what is blocking our blessings. Okay, so here's how I'm going to dive deeper in this. So we are programmed, most of us are Christian based, and God is referred to more in the masculine sense in the Bible. And the masculine authority has much say, the Pope and all of this. You see all this masculine energy. The CEO is a man, and the president is a man, and the prime minister is a man, and all these big, powerful leadership role, big decisions, men, men, men. Okay. Now, if your first perception of a man is based on your father, the way how your father treats you, the way you interact with your father, even if you think you've healed it, even if you think it doesn't have any say, that actually determines how you interact with other male and also your trust level. Because in order to receive from the Most High God, you have to be in that place of trust. And if you cannot trust your earthly father, how will you truly trust your heavenly father? If the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, men are awful, men are liars, men are cheaters, men will hurt you, how can you truly say that you trust a divine being who is masculine to sustain you, to keep you, to provide for you? And so it takes me back to my time in ministry when the singles ministry is packed with these women, and we're all there praying and hoping we'll meet our divine husband, or the man that God has for us. But when you have one-on-one conversations, you hear things come out of the mouth like, there's not enough good men. They're not, good men out there, or, he has to, they have like these criteria that are just like, oh my God, out of this world. And a part of me start to recognize that, is this something you create in order to keep you in that holding pattern? Because I always believe if the desire is in your heart, God has the person for you. So going back to your blessing and your perception of men, I am able to freely receive from God and trust God, because I had an earthly father who would give me whatever I desire if he has it, and who will move mountains for me. And I have seen my father do that, my earthly father. Therefore, I believe that it was easier for me to believe that my heavenly father would provide for me, would move mountains for me, would create miracles for me. I believe that because I have a father who did that. I have brothers who would do that. I have uncles who would do that. I have cousins, male cousins who would do that. And I have male friends who would do that. So for your homework is, write down your perception of men. Write down how you perceive men, the first thing that comes to your thought, because I'm going somewhere with this. You see, our brain is trained to keep us safe. So you may have a perception that all men are liars, and you say that all the time, and every man you meet, they lie to you. And even men who you don't have any relationship, like, you catch them in lies, you hear them tell lies. And so that's seasoned in your brain. So your brain is going to keep you away from attracting men because they're liars. And you're thinking like, oh my God, this don't make no sense. But as you start to feed your brain with truth, the spirit already knows the truth. Your soul knows the truth. But your brain is the one that needs the rewiring in order to bring you into that place of trust so that you can receive. So I would say to you, start with writing down your perception of men. What are all the things you believe about men? And then start to investigate, where did that come from? How did I create that memory? How did I create that assessment? How did I create that perception? What led me to that place of believing this about men? And how can I change the perception? In order to change a perception, it takes repetition, it takes speaking, it takes a conscious, focused decision to change things. And once your brain grab a hold of it, then the soul and the brain and the mind and the heart and the spirit, they're in unison. And then you draw in your desires. If you want to learn more, click on the link below, book a session with me. I do have a free 30-minute discovery call where, if you are ready to call in your desires and attract the person that you know that you are made to be with someone, and you are ready, click the link below, book a free discovery call with me, and I can tap in and help you to figure out how we can call this in, cut through obstacles. Because one of the things as a Reiki master that I do is Reiki helps to heal things, not just in the present, but it goes into the past and into the future. And that healing energy goes forward and it cuts through blocks. And that helps you to move through faster into alignment. And that's why my sessions, I am calling alignment coach, because because I bring you into alignment with the desires of your heart. If you enjoy this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I see you again on the next time. Aloha, malama pono, mahalo.